Hi, I'm JC at Motorcycle Superstore. This is the Arai Corsair X. It is a new product for 2015 that replaces the old Corsair V. Updates including the shell, the vents, the front face shield, the mechanism it attaches with, the interior, everything top to bottom, and this has been redesigned. Let's talk about the shell first. This helmet is DOT and Snell 2015 rated, so updated safety specs with this as well. One of the things you'll note on the shell, it's called their PB-SNC2, and what that is, it uses a peripheral belting technology, essentially a new blend of materials, new resins, and it's going to be a hand-laid construction that provides you a very lightweight, flexible, and safe helmet to put your head inside of. On this size large, you're looking at 3.6 pounds with everything included on it. So that's the weight range that you'll be looking at. It is an intermediate oval head shape. So it's going to be pretty comfortable for most people out there. I think it fits my head great. I'm a little bit of an intermediate to long oval. So it's definitely going to fit a lot of different styles of riders. The shell also is still very similar in the way that it looks and the way it performs. We're used to this really round profile, the egg-shaped profile that Arai has to offer. It's part of their R75 design. Basically, rounder is better. So what you don't want are a bunch of angles to potentially snag on things and deliver those forces to your head and neck. What Arai does is they make it as smooth as possible. These components, like these vent cases up here, they're all designed to break away. So with that, this is going to stay right along that same line of thinking. But what you'll get from this helmet at the same time are great aerodynamics. So they've actually worked very hard on getting the aerodynamics of this helmet correct, not only for the racing applications, but everyday riding on the street as well. One of the cool things about that, you'll see this little aerodynamic wing on the back. It's called their air wing. It's a 5-position adjustment. All you have to do is ratchet it up and then press in and push down. You can tailor this thing to your particular bike, the type of windscreen you have, how tall you are. It really is a very customizable system. Another thing to note on it, you're going to find a redesigned vent system up top. So basically what you have are these 3 huge intake vents. They used to use a rocker switch. Now they're on a slide gate. So it's very easy to use. All of them are 3-position adjustable. However, when you look real close at it, not only do the gates slide forward, but they have a ramp system that pushes them up. So what that's going to do is create a better seal. It's going to create something of a barrier to prevent the water from getting in when you want to close these things off in nasty conditions. Now, not only is it going to vent better, keep water out better, we're talking about 11% increase in the amount of airflow that comes into this. Also, this entire cowling is now larger. So it's 20 millimeters longer and you have almost 20% more air volume that can flow through there. So in terms of the intake side of things, you got more air coming in. These cowlings can now handle more air coming out from the hot part of the helmet as well. A really revamped system here. You have exhaust vents on the back that are adjustable, 3-position closing here as well. So you can do that on both sides. Very easy to tailor this. You're going to find another exhaust vent down here on these cowlings down low, as well as at the base of the interior padding system. Now the cool thing about these here on the side, they have a direct channel built in. You can actually see it when you pull the liner systems out of this that goes right here at your temple and it pumps air through directly out to the back. So you're going to find quite a bit of airflow designed specifically to work from this area towards the rear. Also, brow vents as well. This is their SAI shield system. You're going to find the brow vents, which we've come to expect here, 3-position there. Also, you can open and close them. Those channel air directly into these big scoops on the inside. So you're going to have great venting from this helmet. We've said it a couple times here. In the front side of the chin bar, there's an adjustment vent there as well. You will find a breath guard inside to help with anti-fogging properties. Also, speaking of anti-fog, this thing is pin lock ready and it comes with the pin lock insert lens as well in the box. So a little bit of extra value for your money here. Let's talk about the shield. The SAI shield has been redesigned on this, and what's really different is the mounting location and where that's located on the helmet. It's been moved down. So Arai says there's essentially an average of about 24 millimeters of more helmet space up here that used to be covered up by this shield system. What that does, this is an area of the head that smacks the ground in crashing scenarios. This is one of the areas that the Snell test in particular really focuses on. So what you want to do is not have stuff in those regions. You want it to be as smooth as possible, and the more shell that you can have there in those impact areas, the better. When you have components like this, they break away, they have edges, things of that nature. So more safety. Also what it does is it creates this very interesting look with the helmet or the shield system. What you'll find here, the cowling or the pod on the external side is very familiar to us. However, these little push tabs that you push, It pops those off. They're held on with a tether, which I really love, so you don't have to worry about them flopping around on you. However, this release not only pops off the pod, but it also pushes this new pivot system into the spot that it needs to be in order to unlock it. What they have here is a variable access system. So instead of essentially rotating around one pivot point, that's the standard style of helmet. This actually rotates and moves on a couple different areas. So you'll see that it actually slides around this pivot point. It's variable. Also, you have this small pin which guides along a track as well to help keep it in place. So what that does, you can lower this down. In order to get the shield all the way up, your pivot point traditionally has to be higher. They lowered it, they redesigned it. It's a little bit complicated, but actually what they've done is a pretty good job of making it so that you can get a hold of it, understand it, and get the shield swapped out pretty easily as well. So changing the shield on this really isn't a whole lot more difficult than a standard style that you might have found on Arai before or any other helmet that might be on the market. I really do like it though. It's a sophisticated system. I like the advancement it makes for the shell design as well. So really, really a cool system here. Now you're gonna have to lower the shield. Rather you have to have the shield in the up position to get that pod back on. Okay, nice gasket, great amount of clarity and vision from this. As we move towards the interior of the helmet, you're going to see that it continues here with all of these major updates. So the chin curtain on the bottom. This is going to be a redesigned feature as well. Notice just how large it is. It's padded, it's stretchy, it's going to be very comfortable. What this does is it creates more of a negative airspace or a negative pressure space for these vents on the front to then work better. So not only is it going to make it quieter, but it actually helps increase the venting as well. On the inside of the chin bar, they've actually scooped it out a little bit, which means you have slightly more room inside of there. So anybody who might have had an issue with their chin or their lips maybe coming into contact with that, that should give you a little bit more space for more comfort and more of a pleasant ride while you're dealing with this thing. Also, something you'll notice on the liner system is that it's a very similar fabric to what was there before. However, it's called their EcoPure, and it's now a different fabric. It's more antimicrobial, which means it's going to stay fresh longer, so you don't have to wash it as often. However, it's completely removable, and you can wash them out as well. So the entire neck donut area comes out. We see this big vent piece at the bottom, which helps with keeping you a little bit cooler. Also, the liner system inside is really interesting. So let's start with the cheek pads. First and foremost, they have redesigned emergency pull tabs, so you can actually yank those out or have someone yank those out on the side of the road if you're having assistance given to you. Also, standard D reclosure system, but the cheek pads themselves have been designed to tailor the fit. So there's a 5mm pad in there that can be removed if you want to actually get this thing slimmed down a bit. It gives you more room inside. You can swap these out and get different style liners as well in order to tailor that fit even further. However, also on those cheek pads, you have a removable insert there for your speaker pocket. That gives you better access to your audio components, whatever that might be, whether it's music or your phone or whatever. Also, the liner system on top, this gets really cool as well. It's been redesigned. It uses a thinner harness material, but basically the harness is now adjustable as well. So you can pull the crown of this thing forward or back to give you a little bit different shape and a little bit more comfort depending on the size of your head, the shape of your head. Really, really customizable. You can also pull off some of the pads in the temple area as well, which is going to make that additional bit of comfort available also. So much going on the inside of this thing. You really need to get it on your head and take a look at it and start making your adjustments from there. But it's very, very possible to make this one of the best fitting, most comfortable helmets you may have ever experienced. That's a pretty quick roundup on this. Check this thing out online. See all the different features it has going on for us. See some close-ups on it. A really cool helmet. I'm glad that Arai has updated this. And I think that for the boost in the price tag, which really wasn't that much, you're getting much more helmet. So check it out. Let me know what your favorite colorway is or your favorite graphic. Leave me those comments and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more product videos.